All right, people, let's do some School 101. Let's get this shit on the road. This shit show is. All right, so this is I'll try to be a little bit better and cleaner, and I'll slow down a little bit. I'll try to present the information as best as possible. This is a learning experience. I am not a video guy. I can install the shit. I can tell you how the shit works to an extent. I mean, I'm not a video expert. I just needed to know how to install the goddamn camera and to fucking boot the thing up, make sure it worked, and I could record. And then hook it up so other people could record and watch stuff. That's why I called it School 101, because I had to fucking teach everybody how to fucking use Bosch video system. Because they were using this antiquated, and I still don't. I mean, it was probably the best at the time. I don't know. I've never seen it. I've never used it. I worked for a company, all we used was Bosch unless they asked for something like Avalon or Vicon or something weird. But normally Bosch was always used on our job sites. That was always a given. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to show you this is I want you guys to understand. I have tried to put this together to make this as easy as possible to give you guys an understanding and scope of what it really means to do construction. Like, I really don't understand. Like, I see it all in one shot. Like, it was quick for me to see this. Once I thought about it, once I figured it, once I seen the old world fairs, I knew exactly what I'd stumbled onto. And then I just needed proof. So then I went downtown Pueblo and I went and inspected all the damn buildings, the ones that were during the flood. And I'm telling you what, they are magnificent creations of art. Whoever built these things they were meticulous. These were skilled craftsmen. These were not hacks. These were not fly-by-the-night cowboys. These were skilled, and I mean skilled, tradesmen. Because think about how they had to do this. So if we're in the 1800s, I mean, obviously they had the phone system going, but you didn't have phones going from Pueblo to Denver, or maybe you could have. I don't know. I mean, we're at a what I've been taught in history and what I understand and what I've seen is two different things. Because I'm taught in 1860, the only thing they had was a telegraph where they had the dee 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 Morse code dee 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 dee. Okay, so here, this is what I'm trying to help you guys understand. Okay, so even if they had phones or whatever, you still had to send blueprints. You had no fax. You had no overnight. You had no airplanes. So you actually had to send these by ship or something else. And especially if the courthouse was special order stone from Greece. So now you got to send the blueprints and they got to do a bid. And plus maybe you want to do a couple other places because that's how construction works is, I mean, you could go to one what is it, sole proprietary, but even the state tries to tell you not to do that because you can get in trouble if you spend more money at one place than another. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm buying electrical parts. I have an electrical supply house in Pueblo, but you're saying I can only buy X amount through them a month. Okay, well, that makes perfect sense. So, anyway, I don't mean to ramble and go on about different fucking things in life, but this is the only way to fucking try to get people to understand. I understand construction. I know what it fucking takes to build buildings. I know you can't just build a city overnight in a matter of seconds. It's not going to happen. No way, no how. I wanted to show you guys how I've been doing research. So I go to the public Denver library, I go to Pueblo. Normally I'll go here, I'll go to image search, and then I'll start looking for, images. Okay. And you could see, look, this is the desire of humanity, okay? This is the beauty in creation, okay? This is what we build nowadays. And it's starting to look a lot better than the shit that we were building a couple of years ago. I mean, it's pretty tacky. I mean, whoo. Anyway, so this is another way I was researching stuff. I was going through and I was, clicking into photos. I was looking up Old West, newspapers, huge thing. Look at this. This is the old Rocky Mountain newspaper, okay? Look at the stonework on the building. Think of the time that you're living in, okay? Imagine, and these are all built tight. These are all brick buildings. Think about the engineering. Think about the load structure. They had to use steel to reinforce this. Where did they get all the steel? If CF&I is running full throttle to build steel rail, then who is making all the steel for all of these buildings in Longmont, Denver, Cheyenne, Oh yeah, we'll go to Cheyenne. I'm sorry, I should have brought that up. I'll go back. Okay, so we're going. What is that? What is that? We got. Was that Fort or man? I can't think of the name. I just said it. Well, anyway, you got Denver, and you got Westminster. Look up Westminster. Look up the Westminster School. Let's do that right there. Let's give you an idea of the screwery with this. Westminster. Oops. Stir. Oh, what is this? Oh, Westminster Abbey and oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean, look at this artwork, guys. This is beautiful artwork. I mean, and you start noticing the structures and you start understanding the architecture and what it would actually take to build all of this. This isn't a fly-by-night job. I'm telling you, this took years. Think about the engineering feat alone. Think about drawing up this building to scale with blueprints. No computers. Think about this one. I mean, you can't make this up if you wanted to. I mean, this is the old world that we lost, and we lost it, guys. We lost it. I don't know what happened. I don't know where it went. But I'm telling you right now, no way in history could we build anything like this. And if anyone wants to challenge me on this, and anyone says, no, 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 I'm telling you right now, you get a contractor, you get a general contractor, you have them take a look at this, and you just for shits and giggles, tell them, honestly, be like, hey, what would it take to really build this with blueprints, load calculations, engineering, plumbing, electrical. Think about it, guys. I mean, you can't make this up. I mean, absolutely breathtaking buildings. And we build shit today. I mean, look at this. This tells me right here, by this architecture, this design, this quality of work, this tells me that the earth was unified at one time, that we all were one people. Maybe not the same races, maybe not the same religions, maybe not the same cultures, but at one time we shared knowledge. That is what I am seeing here. I am seeing absolute knowledge and cooperation between trades, between countries, at a time when you didn't have phones, at a time when all you had was a telegraph, or even before that. What about these buildings? Who was the guy that designed this entire structure right here, down to the details, drew it up, measured it out, thought about it, gave it to an engineer, they thought about it, they drew it up, they did all the load calculations, because you have drafters that just draw up stuff, but then you have engineers that actually go through and they tell you if you can and can't do what you need to do. It's like an electrical. I can tell you what you can and can't do, but I'll give you a freebie. I know one of the rules is that for 90 days you can do whatever the hell you want because it's temp. But you need to look that up to verify that. I'm just a guy that's an idiot on the email or on a conspiracy about one world unity by buildings. So don't take my word for it. Look the shit up. Let's look up some more stuff. Let's look up Cheyenne, Wyoming. Okay, so I've used this site before. You can use it for Pueblo. That's how I did it. I clicked into here, and then I clicked into, where would I go if I wanted to know some stuff about Cheyenne? I'd click into the Capitol Avenue. Well, look at this building. Doesn't this look familiar? Doesn't this look like something that's in Pueblo? I mean, this is Cheyenne. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's do kind of. We won't even. We'll just do this. Copy. Oh, I was gonna look up the Westminster one. Sorry, I have ADD like no other. Westminster. What is it? College or school? Historical building. Historical building. Oh shit! I should put Colorado in here. Westminster, Colorado. Okay. Image. There you go. You can't make this stuff up if you wanted to. I mean, this is the problem with these pictures too, guys. You have to like shot them and then blow them up because everything is absolutely hard to see. And then when you start putting all of this together and you start realizing our architecture is the same all over the world, when you finally figure out that there is something in the Matrix, there is something in the Twilight Zone, you have drinking the Kool-Aid, you have taken the red pill. It's time for Neil to wake up. I don't know what else to say. This is the craziest thing I ever thought I could ever come across. It's the craziest thing I ever wanted to share with anyone, because anyone that really knows me is going to think I'm an absolute lunatic. They already do, but I'm telling you, you can't make this up. Like I said, plants here, I mean, beer company, fire brick company, CF&I, smelting plants, Knuckles meatpacking plant, the Roundhouse tire company, plus all the parks, all the buildings, all of this going up between 1870 to 1921. I mean, you can't make this up if you wanted to. I mean, this is, I'm serious. I want anyone to challenge me on this. I am looking for a challenge on this. I want someone to fucking tell me that I'm absolutely wrong and point out why I'm wrong. Here's the YMCA for Pueblo, Colorado. I don't know if anyone knew that the YMCA, but here's one. YMCA, Pueblo, Colorado. I mean, seriously, look at this building. I mean, how long do you think it took them to really build this? It's all brick. That's just one of many schools. And here we go again. I love using this. This is awesome. I love it. Where building materials are mainly lumber. And I love how they're just like trying to feed you this narrative. Absolutely feed you the narrative. All right, so let's go back and try to help you guys understand. Let's see. Or the flood. Oh, this, I think this is where it gets, yeah. So this is one where the trickery goes, and I have this on my Twitter page, and I show the trickery. Okay, so notice the American flags, notice the Congress Hotel, notice these buildings, notice the trees, notice the cars, look at its paved roads, and look at the trolley system right there. Okay, so this is where one gets really, really, really weird. Because here's another picture of it. You notice the sign has changed. You notice there's cars out front here, and you notice these buildings are. So we'll go back one. Maybe the sign hasn't changed. This one looks more of an angle coming towards you, and then this one looks more flat. Could be an angle illusion from the thing. Notice the lights, the cars. All right, and then I have pictures of it where they're actually doing construction on this. Here you go. Same place. Parking lot. Look at all the tree growth. And then I have another, this thing gets so weird and bizarre, and I have to look it up when this was built. We'll do that together. Like I said, this is the learning process for all of us. Like I said, it's so weird. And look, the sign's gone now. And then there's more to this. I mean, the trees are here. They didn't cut any of those down. And then you always have an American flag flying on all the old stuff. So this tells me at one time we were the proudest country on the planet. We were the most wealthiest, powerful country in the planet. And somehow, I don't know what happened to, here you go, here's construction workers. I mean, do you see any porta potties? I mean, that looks like laydown material right there. I mean, there's not a pile of material here. Look, they got the guardrails, trees are up. I'm telling you, it's so weird. And then go back and look for this, and this changes too. It changes name. J.P. Morgan Chase owned it. I mean, you can't make this up. Here's another picture of the trolley system. Here, it's showing them with the construction materials. Here's a new trolley system, and then look, the sign is gone, and it's like, wait, what? So somebody's been either doctoring these, or there's something really going on with time here. I mean, you couldn't make this up if you wanted to. I have some more pictures that I have of this. And I'll keep bringing them out as I find them, and I'll keep sharing the links with all this stuff. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to share everything I find. And then I'm showing the links where you can find this shit. If you already looked through my Twitter page, I put where you can find this, and then just go search. See, this one's called the Grand Hotel now. And then earlier it was called the Congress Hotel. And you can see it's the same place, same buildings, awnings and stuff change, but it is absolutely there. How many of these buildings do you think Pueblo had? Because like I said, 1870 to 1921. I mean, you couldn't make this up if you wanted to. You really could not make this up if you wanted to. See, Congress Hotel. It's and here you go again. Like even the building changed. I mean, wait, how many of these hotels and stuff did they have? This is Pueblo, Colorado. Remember? Here you go. This is where the trickery starts. Congress Hotel, right there, or whatever they called it at the time. I wish I had a screenshot it. Here's the train depot. Here is the date on it. Like I said, when I was looking all this stuff up, I mean, the more I look, the weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder it got. I mean, it absolutely made no sense at all. So I showed you the Westminster deal. I don't know which one is this one. Westminster University. Here you go. This was built Westminster University. Let's see when this was built. Westminster Uni. Let's do this. Copy. Do one more. Building. There you go. And here's where it gets foobarry, guys. Like you can't even make this up. Like look, it's out in the middle of nowhere. But it was the university started holding class in 1908 and 1912. Well, I show you where they built the shit out of Denver. So maybe Westminster was way farther, but I mean, where did they get all the stone? Where was the engineering at this? How did they get all of this? They hauled it all by wagon? I mean, you can't make this shit up. And then you go to Cheyenne, okay? Let's go to Cheyenne. Let's do Cheyenne to give you guys like how to look this shit up and really start understanding history. We'll just do historical buildings, okay? Historical buildings. All right. Images. Okay, well, this is the same trickery that I found in Pueblo. Like, where did you learn to build the Capitol like this? Like these buildings. I mean, this is what you'd expect West, but I mean, look at the magnitude and decoration and scope. I showed you guys where humanity loves this. I mean, absolutely loves to show its beauty and art. Wait, there you go. I mean, Roman style pillars in 1868 with an American flag. So this looks like a stone building. I don't know what it says. There you go. What's this? Cheyenne Historical. Like I said, if you look at the architecture, and this is Cheyenne. So Cheyenne. Oh, what the hell is the name of that town in between Cheyenne? Longmont. So you have Cheyenne, Longmont, Denver, Westminster now, Colorado Springs. Then we also forgot what the hell's that one in between Colorado Springs? Castle Rock. We haven't even touched fucking Castle Rock yet. And then Colorado Springs. And then you got Monument. And then you got Colorado Springs, Pueblo, Trinidad, Walsenburg, Canyon City, Salida. How in the world did you build everything out of stone in that amount of time? It is absolutely. This what also got me in trouble too is these pedophilia symbols. Go look up the FBI pedophilia symbols. And I'm telling you, all of these things have clock towers in them. It's like, I mean, it's so obvious now that I see it all over the world. I mean, you can't make it up. These buildings are still being used today. And they are, where did they get the capital to build this? Where did they get the wealth? Because this isn't simple, just slap it together on a weekend. I wonder if this looks like the train depot that I have in Pueblo, or we have. I mean, look at that. Shall we find out when this was built? Depot Museum. Okay. Well, let's look here. All right. Van Burt built the Cheyenne Depot in 1886. But the importance of this project cannot be understood. The Transcontinental Railroad, which was the first large-scale federally sanctioned construction in aftermath of the Civil War. Like I said, you can't make this up. Like, where did they get all the capital? You had a Civil War going on. You had economic depressions. You had labor shortages. You had famine. I mean, you can't make this up. I mean, I wish there was more buildings to show you, places to go. Let's see. Let's dig in here and see what they got. Cities, regions, state parks, things to do. Plan your trip. How about, you know what? Let's go to Cheyenne Museum. Well, let's do that. Well, let's go to Cheyenne Museum. Oops. Come on, give it to me, Cheyenne. Let's add Cheyenne Library. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. Cheyenne Wyoming Library. Wait, did you library? Let's all look it up with you guys. Lyman County. All right, well, let's go there. Lyman County. Visit. I don't see where you can things to do, events, live music. Okay, well, this is supposed to, not Cheyenne.org, that's why. Oh, it's supposed to be for the library. Let's see. Ugh. Ah. Go to. All right, so they call this Alice in Wonderland? Alice for history. Okay, so go. This building, wherever this was, the Library of Cheyenne. Notice the structure. Look at the architect. When did they get time to build this? And it was always demolished. Like all of these old structures, these buildings, they like I said, you can't make this up. I mean, you cannot make this up. Let's see if we'll just play Russian roulette. Let's see. Wow, here you go. Vintage pictures of Wyoming. Well, pretty snap. See, I hate that when you can't get into those pictures. I really pisses me off. All right, well, let's go to this one. There we go. That's what I wanted. Wow. Schools? Wow, I mean, look at this school. When was this high school? When did they get this school built? Postmark 1913? I mean, like I said, you can't make this up. Once you understand what you're looking for, you cannot make this up anymore. I have so much ammunition on what the hell I found, and it just gets crazier and crazier the more I look and the more I think and the more I understand what the hell was going on. I mean, here you go. Oops. Whatever this is. Galt High School gears up for centennial year. Okay. Wasn't it in 1776? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, you got to look up your own history. I have been skimming through this like you wouldn't believe. Here you go. First Methodist Church, Codewell. I mean, like, where did you get the time to build this? I mean, let's look this up. Let's see what we got here. City Coldwell, Idaho. Okay, so we got same architecture in Idaho. Like I said, when did they build this? When did they have time? Who was the engineers? Where did they get all the stone? Who did all the load calculations? I mean, it just fucking goes on and on. Sorry, wasn't supposed to eat. It's the construction side, so we'll just leave this one at that one, and I apologize.